Start recording. All right, looks like we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to our virtual bingo night. It's our wintertime bingo, so we had so many awesome winter bingo activities to talk about tonight.
Yes, so I'm Mr. Joseph from the Olneyville branch of the Providence Community Library.
And I'm Miss Amy from the Washington Park branch of the library.
And this is our fourth bingo collaboration, if
It
memory
is
serves.
our fourth. Oh my goodness. Wow.
I know.
That's amazing. It's been a whole year.
It has. So tonight, as Ms. Amy said, we have our winter bingo. So our bingo card is right here. And as we draw the activities, I will place X's on the official bingo card. And everyone who joins us tonight is going to get a prize. But the catch is you must come to either the Washington Park Library or the Olneyville Library in order to claim your prize. They will be library based, of course. And the winner of bingo, if you can come in and show us that you achieved bingo, we'll give you an extra prize as well. So that's a lot of motivation, hopefully, to have you come into the library. And once you're here, you can see all the other great things that we're doing, including virtual programming, as well as take-home bags for young people and all the other great materials that we have available in both of our branches.
That's right. Yeah, we have a lot going on. Even though we're not doing in-person stuff, we've moved everything to virtual, such as tonight. And like Joseph said, take-home bags. We have so many take-home bags. So you can get a prize for participating with bingo and a take-home bag all in one visit, and some books to check out, of course. Can't forget that with your library visit.
That's true. That's true.
All right, Joseph, shall we get started pulling bingo slots?
I believe we should. And we got some visual aids that if we hit those particular bingo squares, we'll show you what we're reading, what we may have watched, etc. So we have a lot to share while we fill our bingo card together and hopefully achieve bingo. The last couple of times, it took us a long time to get bingo. So we had
that was the full card.
We talked a lot, I guess is what we're trying to say. But who knows? We might get bingo pretty quickly. But Ms. Amy, do you have the are you going to draw?
Excellent. I can draw. You want me to draw?
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Can't peek. All right. The first one is to make a snow angel or a snowman. Now this one's tricky because I don't know how much snow we've had.
No, I know. I was looking at the card, Ms. Amy, and I was thinking about that because the only real significant storm we've had was December 17th. I recall that because we had closed down that day because it was a little tough on the roads. So since then, we haven't had much snow. So if you did make a snowman or a snow angel, it was probably in December. I do think we might have some in the forecast next week. However, that's not going to help us tonight. So, and just one other thing I wanted to show you too, our free square is over here. So I should put an X on that as well. So
that's a freebie. Can't forget that one.
There it is. So we have two of our squares already covered. All right, what's next, Ms. Amy?
We always, whenever there's snow, me and my kids always go outside and make snowmen. That's like just the thing we do. And the snowman is usually named Olaf after Frozen.
Okay.
All right. The next one is borrow a winter-themed book.
All right.
Okay. Now that should be easy.
So actually, we're working down the middle of the card so far. That's good. 2 out of 5 in that particular column. Yes, column row. I always have trouble with that. So as I said, a couple of things we wanted to show you. So in my library, in our delivery today, I got this book called Cover Your Tracks, which is a thriller. And as you can see on the cover, it takes place in a snowy mountainous area. I don't know too much more than that. I heard great things about it, so I ordered it and it came in today. So it was kind of serendipitous that I could show it to you all. I hope that I will be able to read it in the next couple of weeks because I have a stack of books ready to go. that I ordered right during the new year, and I'm not making too much headway in that stack of books right now. But
I have a large
okay.
stack of books. That book looks pretty. And you know, they say don't judge a book by its cover. And in the realm of people, I think that's true. But with books, sometimes you're attracted to the cover. And we asked you to find a winter themed book. So, all right. Next one. Oh, we've got one friend watching us right now. Hello, Melissa. How are you?
Hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining us.
All right. We've got next one is find a stick outside and make a magical wand.
All right.
Very Harry Potter of us.
Very, very much so. Yes. Hogwarts, pardon me, here we come. So good on this row right here, 2 out of 5 again. I don't have a visual for that. However, like you said, that could be something that's easy as going in your backyard or a nearby park and grabbing a stick that feels reasonable to, in size for you. And then whether you add ribbon to it or paint it or add some charms to it, whatever it is, it's your wand. And just like in Harry Potter, if you've read Harry Potter, each of their wands was just a little bit different. And I would hope that if you do this activity, you would make your own and have it be personalized and reflect you.
And fun trivia bit, not only related to Harry Potter, but at the Botanical Center, the Roger Williams Botanical Center, every spring when they do their fairy garden days, they always have a stick fairy wand making craft for the kids.
Oh, wow.
So we have accumulated a few of those. So if you're not into Harry Potter, but you love fairies, you could also have a fairy wand. So food for thought. All right, next one. Here we go. Oh, that's the freebie. Can't read upside down here. Watch a movie by candlelight. That sounds lovely.
So, again, kind of mixing it up.
We've moved all over the place again.
All over the place. Typical of how we typically draw these squares, Amy, huh? So
I know. So Melissa is saying it's nice to see 2 familiar faces. It's just Joseph, just to let you know, it's Melissa from the Attleboro Library.
Oh.
And Cynthia is joining us as well from our own library. Hello, Cynthia.
Hey, Cynthia, how are you?
Friends tonight.
And Melissa from Attleboro, hooray! I'm glad you're joining us. So.
I know, right? So excited. We're crossing state lines because we're in virtual land.
Yes, right in my backyard, actually. So.
I know. Okay, next one. Read a book with a blue, white, or silver cover.
Okay, all right. So
we're pulling our book ones tonight.
Yeah, you're drawing quite well too, actually. This column right here, 3 out of 5. We're in good shape. We're heading towards bingo. Amy and I were talking a little earlier, right before we jumped on live, to talk about what we are reading. And so this is my blue covered book. This is called Masterminds by Gordon Corman. He is a very, very popular young person's author. This is kind of has a mystery and a thriller element to it. And that's my favorite type of book. That's my favorite genre. So a young person had borrowed this from my library maybe about a month ago. And it was always in the back of my mind. But when I looked at my bingo card before we jumped on live, I said, let me take this book out. So this is my blue book. How about you?
So I don't have my book, but I'll pretend I'm showcasing it. I swear it's blue. It's Little Voices by Vanessa Lilly, which Joseph also said he was reading as well, which is cool. You know, great minds here. And that is a mystery about a mom who finds out that her friend is murdered and she doesn't think they're doing a good enough investigation. So she jumps in and does some investigating herself to find out who really killed her friend. So sounds like a really, really good thriller. We just hosted Vanessa Lilly at our PCL Reads event, and her other book, For the Best, was so good. So I had to get Little Voices as well.
It really was. And that book actually could be really nicely read by candlelight because it's a thriller. You know, it has that cozy, spooky element as well. So think about that.
For sure. All right. Our next one is enjoy an online concert or show.
Okay.
So we've jumped over.
Yes. So we're jumping around the card. The last one that I watched actually was from a local organization in the Olneyville neighborhood. I'm going to show you the Manton Avenue Project, or MAP for short. They had something called the Tree Musicals in December. So I wasn't able to make it live or virtually live, but they had it on their YouTube channel. So I watched it recently. And what's great about the Manton Avenue Project is that it's a youth program, and it gives voice to young people and uses playwriting as a platform to build their literacy, to build their imagination, to show their creativity. And the young people actually work with established actors in the state. And that's really, really exciting to be able to get that exposure and build that relationship with older people, if you will. And it was a really, really fun set of plays, and they were about 10 minutes long. So if you ever get a chance to go and watch the Manton Avenue Project online, please do so. They do have a YouTube channel.
That's so cool. We haven't done a lot of online shows, but we did make sure every year we try to watch the Nutcracker. And since we couldn't go to the PPAC this past winter, we watched one from off Broadway, and it was called the Hip Hop Nutcracker. So it was kind of cool. It was a bit of breakdancing involved with ballet.
Really?
Yeah, it was a really fun blend, and my daughters really thought it was neat because breakdancing is so cool.
Yeah. One other thing, Trinity Rep always puts on a wonderful Christmas Carol, normally in person, but this year they did it live and gave it access to everyone for free. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I heard unbelievable things about it. So there are a lot of opportunities to check out local programs and local theater groups that are doing things online. So make sure you do so if you have a chance.
I know, I was sad to miss that as well. I once played Mrs. Cratchit in A Christmas Carol.
That's interesting. So,
way back in the day. All right.
How are our friends doing? Any conversation about?
We still just have our two ladies on. They are not chatting though, but that's okay. They're just watching. Our next poll is help out any local charity.
Okay. That was a good pull, Amy, because it put 3 this way and then 3 this way. So we're in good shape. Yes. And that's a great thing to do if you're able to do so. And it's not always, we call, you can offer assistance in a number of different ways. I think in the nonprofit world, we call it time, treasure, or talent. And again, you don't always have to dig into your pocket to help out. You can do so other ways, but it really does feel good when you can offer something to a local nonprofit who might be struggling right now in the world that we're currently in. So yeah, if you have the ability to do so, I suggest you reach out to some of your favorite organizations and see where they could use some help.
For sure, especially, this year. I do a lot with Sojourner House and Children's Friend. What I did for the holiday season, Children's Friend had a Spirit of Giving drive that they do every year. This year was a little different because it was all online. So instead of getting gifts for a family that you sponsor, you purchased them online. But what I normally do is I donate proceeds from my side makeup group to Children's Friend to help out the families. So there's always different things you can do, even if it's just, get sponsoring one family and taking care of the kids that way. Same thing with Sojourner House.
Excellent.
All right. Let's see what's next. All right, now find animal tracks in the snow. We're getting close here.
Very close. Okay. So 4 out of 5 in this row. And did you find any animal tracks on that day where we did have?
We did actually, and we couldn't figure out what it was. It was actually really weird. I thought it might have been like a stray cat, but it went through our yard and then disappeared under the fence. And then it didn't continue past the fence. So it was like a mystery, like the tracks vanished. So I told the girls that the cat probably walked along the top of the fence, but
that's probably a good hypothesis, I think. Yeah. Cats don't typically vanish, correct? So,
well, if we go back to Harry Potter, you never know.
Well, that's true. And, we do have mysteries in the library about invisible dogs and invisible animals and invisible people. So who knows?
But it was funny because we looked under the fence and there were no more tracks, and we're like, But fun, that was a fun afternoon. Our one afternoon of snow.
Excuse me.
In a weird winter. Okay. Go for a walk to see all the holiday lights.
Okay. Right in the middle of our bingo cards. So again, we've got 4 this way and 4 this way. So we're nearing a bingo. So we could be close. I didn't get a chance to do much holiday light looking at, if you will. I live close to a place called La Salette, which is in Attleboro, and I didn't get a chance to go there this year. And I wish I had. And still, there are some people who have lights out still who want to extend the holiday season, and that's nice. But I wish I had done better with this square on my bingo card.
Having kids, you have to drive everywhere. Like it's just, and it's a fun activity too, because sometimes they fall asleep in the car. We went to the Roger Williams Zoo. We did the drive-through holiday lights. That was something new that they did this year. Like their pumpkin spectacular. It was really pretty, and they themed it just like they do the pumpkin things. So there was like regular Christmas themes, and there was like a butterfly lit up garden, dinosaurs. It was neat to drive through that. And then one thing we always do that's free is where I'm from in Taunton, Massachusetts, right near my folks' house, there is this house that has this huge light display and then tells you to tune into a radio station and listen to the lights. So you can park there on like a side street, and then you put the radio station on, and then you watch the lights like flicker to the music sounds. It's so cool. So
that does sound really cool. I wonder how they managed to like do that.
I have a feeling the person lives there probably like owns the radio station or has something to do with that, because it's always been the same house like for years, as long as I can remember. But it's it's cool to do.
Cool.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Donna is here joining us. Donna Woodworth. She says she still has her lights outside lit up. Donna, what town do you live in? We have to go visit you. I have to drive by with my kids. They're so sad so many lights are down.
Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining us.
All right. The next one is make a pine cone bird feeder.
Okay. What's really funny, we're populating this side of the bingo card. There's not nearly a thing on this side. That's something I did not do, but that's a really easy activity. I do have pine cones where I live, so it would have been easy just to slather some peanut butter on them, and I guess like a certain type of nut blend or a seed blend. Is that true?
Yes.
Because I know you've made them, or
I have made them in the past. I did not this season. We actually got, I inherited a giant bird feeder from my grandparents' house that my grandfather made. And this thing is massive. So we've just been filling that with like wild bird seed. And we've had like so many birds flock to it. I've seen like beautiful cardinals and blue jays. But I did I had Mr. Kevin set aside some books on how to make pine cone feeders and other winter type of crafts. So we have a lot on those if anyone wants to check them out from the library.
Excellent.
All right. And Donna said she's in the south end of Attleboro, so I'm gonna go drive around one of these days at night with the kids.
Yes, we'll have to get her
some holiday fun.
So
now, Donna, are you theming them to like the different holidays? Like I've seen some people do with their trees, like they're keeping their trees up and doing like Valentine's Day and like St. Patty's Day. That's always fun. All right. Next one. Create a soup or stew recipe.
All right. Okay.
Got one on the other side now.
One on the other side. So if we're doing 4 corners. Okay, let me show you the card. 4 corners. We got 2 of the 4 corners. We're on a diagonal here with 3 out of 5 and 3 out of 5 in the bottom row right here. So I didn't create this recipe. However, this is my favorite soup, which is called, in different cultures, it's called a couple of different things. But this is a book from the library called Fabio's American Home Kitchen. And this is a fish soup or bouillabaisse, which is the French version of fish stew. In Italian, it's called cioppino. and in Portuguese it's called mariscadas. Basically, it's all the same with maybe a couple of different herbs and minor changes, but basically it's a hearty fish stew, and it is delicious, and it's very warming. And I have a great story about it. Last year, my cousin, who is a chef who lives in Florida, came in for the holidays, and she learned that I love cioppino via some Facebook texts and messages that we had. And when we got to her place, she ended up making a whole pot of cioppino for me. So it was absolutely exciting, and it was unexpected, and I got to take a lot of it home as well, which was fantastic. So that's my favorite or soup recipe, but there's a million out there in all the cookbooks that we have on our shelves. Again, this is just one of many that both Amy and I have on our respective shelves, and this is the time for stew and soup.
I love soup. I think soup is like my most favorite thing in the whole world. However, I don't cook, so I was not going to be doing this one. But if I piggyback off of my household, my husband recently made last weekend a cauliflower chili, which was very, very good. So that was pretty tasty. We have a good friend of ours who babysits our kids who is vegan, so we are often modifying recipes for her. So, but it was very tasty. All right, next. Look in the sky to find constellations.
Okay, look in the sky. Okay, here it is. All right. So we're 4 out of 5 in the bottom row, and we're almost there. And constellations are very, very interesting. The night sky is beautiful in and of itself, but when you have the opportunity and you have a clear night to be able to go outside, dress warmly, especially this week,
Yes.
It's really, really beautiful to see all the different stars. And again, we have a lot of books at the library about constellations and galaxy and all star connected based books. So come on by and grab them, but it's a great activity to do on your own. It can be nice and quiet and a solo activity, or it's nice to do with a family member or a friend as well. So
I love doing that with the kids. They got over their birthday in the summer a little telescope. It's nothing fancy, just like a kid's one, but it's perfect to go out there and look at the stars and the moon. They love looking at the moon. That's like their favorite thing to find. So that's always fun to do. And then it's a special treat because we're going out in the dark late. So they feel like they're staying up later, even though it's this time of night. All right. Learn about what birds stay north. And I think
we have
a bingo.
Bingo, the 4th row right there. So awesome.
All right, and we still have a few people watching us, so feel free to jump in with any comments if you wish. And we can repeat. We've got the freebie, which helped us achieve our bingo tonight. I don't know if that's happened yet.
Yeah, I don't think free has helped out in the past, if memory serves. So
yeah. And then we've got learn about what birds stay north. Help out a local charity. Find a stick outside and make a magical wand.
Yes.
And find animal tracks in the snow.
Yes. I did a little research about the birds that stay north, and a couple of them, there's a lot of them who stay north. And so house finch is one of them, northern cardinal, and cardinals are beautiful, especially up against snow. The red just really, really pops against the snow. Downy woodpeckers, there's another. American robins, I think we all know robins in New England. And then we even have wild turkeys. And I think we know a few of those, Amy, right?
Turkeys are vicious.
Yes. So that's just a handful of birds who stay north in the wintertime. There's many, many more as well.
I've been meaning, Joseph, to do some research into this because I see so many blue jays and I thought blue jays didn't. So I've been very curious about that because I've seen them all winter and even when it snowed. And I was like, aren't you spring birds? But I mean,
I too. I didn't recall seeing them on the list that I looked at for my research, but that doesn't mean that they weren't there, and maybe they're adapting as well. Who knows?
So true. Yeah, I wanted to do some, and librarians love research. So that's been my question of the week, because I saw all these birds last weekend outside in my yard. So if anyone, like I said, we do participatory prizes. Joseph mentioned that earlier. And if you win bingo, we'll have a special prize for you. So just reach out to us and let us know. You can email us or come into the library or comment here. But
yeah. We would love to see you come into the library. Email is fine, of course, or phone calls fine too. But coming into the library and just, again, seeing what we have available. I've said this in past bingo, virtual bingos. Ms. Amy's branch at Washington Park is just really something special. And you walk into there, the outdoors and the indoors, and it's just a really, really fantastic space for individuals and families to enjoy and relax. Of course, we're in a pause right now, so we don't have too much time you can spend in the library, but while you're there, you will feel like you're at home. So
we'll chat your ear off while you're there.
We'll do that too. Washington Park, though, is a really, really, really beautiful library. And, coming to Olneyville as well. Behind me is our children's series of books right here, but we've got a lot more to offer as well. But again, like we said, we enjoy seeing you and making suggestions for books or other materials that you can borrow and enjoy to either educate or enlighten yourself as well.
And Joseph, you have an amazing collection over at Olneyville, so people should definitely check out that
Thank
too.
you. That's kind of you to say. Appreciate it. And that's due to my team. We are always working together to figure out what patrons borrow, what patrons desire. We have surveys. We talk to as many people as who come in the door. And as Amy said, we could talk your ear off as well. So
right, we could chat forever, even just here on virtual bingo. So this has been wonderful. And, we're not trying to force anybody in. So if you don't feel comfortable, we do curbside. So we can put books together for you and give you your bingo prize or your take home activity bags. Just give us a call. We'll work with you. We're very flexible. We want you to have your materials. We want people to get out there and still access the free services.
Yep. And curbside, thank you for mentioning that, Amy. Even though we're open for business, if you will, we still do curbside pickup for those individuals who may feel a little uncomfortable coming in or who just want to do a quick grab and run type of deal and whatnot. So just let us know what you desire and we can modify what we need to do for your best interests. So
for sure. All right, everyone. Well, we made it. We're done. So come on in.
Thank you for joining us. Let me see again. It was Cynthia, Melissa, and Donna, correct?
Donna, yeah. Those are the people that commented. We did have more viewers. I'm not sure who everyone else was, but we're happy to have anyone view. And this live goes up on our Facebook page later. So if people are rewatching it, it still counts. Even if you rewatch and you run outside and do those activities, that still counts.
It does. But thank you for joining us. We always enjoy doing this. We're going to be doing a spring one, Amy. I assume so. We're going to put our heads together and brainstorm for a spring-based bingo card that's different from our first spring-based bingo card. If you can believe that, that'll be number 5. So
I know.
It's wacky. And again, thanks for joining us. We will put this on our YouTube channel, correct, Amy?
As well, yes. So we'll be up on Facebook for a little while because it's a Facebook Live, and then we'll have it on our YouTube channel as well. So we'll be all over the place.
All right, share with your friends. And again, we're happy that you joined us and look out for another one from Amy and me in about 2 months. Okay?
Bye, everyone.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.